like Idaho Power's Dave Armstrong, who also teaches sign language and helps our hearing-impaired customers. And just about every Sunday morning, translates the gospel for one very special young lady. Dave Armstrong, one of your neighbors at Idaho Power.
You're watching KIDK TV Channel 3. Now, KIDK's News 3 at 6.
The controversy continues surrounding the hydroelectric power project on the Falls River in Ashton.
Growing concern for the environment is creating problems for developers. Good evening, I'm Linda Tucker.
And I'm Tom Fagan. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is reviewing the project. Their approval is critical, so the Corps is asking for public comment by the deadline tomorrow. News 3's Cynthia Page has been following the story.
5 years ago, engineer and entrepreneur Grant Durchie had a dream. He would build a hydroelectric power plant on the Falls River. That vision has become a nightmare.
Further, this project is gone. It appears more politics get involved in it, Cynthia. It doesn't matter what's right or wrong, or that the studies have been completed, or what has been done. It matters only what some people would like to do to kill the project.
Durchie was granted a license for the project by the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. He also received the necessary water quality certification from the state of Idaho. The next government hurdle is the Army Corps of Engineers. Not only do they want Durchie's data, but they want to hear from the people as well.
When I talked to them today, they had received 3 requests, 4 hearings, and so it appears that there will be a hearing and everyone can speak their mind.
That's good news for the Friends of the Falls River. The group has been fighting the project since last summer, and today they were putting the finishing touches on their request for a public hearing.
We believe we have an excellent chance. We have discovered a lot of factual flaws and assumptions that have been made by the energy company that we believe are erroneous, and we believe that this information should be public information, that it should be disclosed.
The Friends of the Falls River hope to hear from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in the next 3 to 4 weeks, but they won't sit around waiting for the response.
The project has not yet come under construction. No earth has been moved. No facilities have been constructed, and we believe that it is still possible to stop this project.
I can't quit either. This is my livelihood. I think a lot of people are against capitalism. They see me perhaps making some money, making a living, and they don't think it's fair.
It's a fight for the flow of the Falls River. In Idaho Falls, Cynthia Page, News 3 at 6.
The Bonneville County Assessor's Office has been swamped with phone calls from taxpayers concerned about the hike in property taxes on their bills. The bills, though, are not in error. 2 new elementary schools are going up in Idaho Falls, and that's the big reason for the increase. Taxes went up for an average $50,000 home from $625 to $696.
So best we could do is just give them an explanation of why the taxes have increased, which we try to do between the city and the schools and the landfill and the library, and that's what constitutes the increase. So everybody participates in the increase.
Residents approved the bond for the new schools last May. It is a $14.9 million bond. Residents of Ashton and Firth both approved bonds last night. In Firth, voters approved a $100,000 bond to build in addition to Johnson Elementary. The tally, 358 to 158 opposed. Work on the new wing will begin as soon as weather permits. And in Ashton, voters there gave the okay for improving the city's water system. The city needed a $200,000 bond to fix up the existing system. The tally was 150 to 101 opposed. Ashton residents were warned that their water lines need improvement, and if the city didn't qualify for grants, it will cost much more later to do the work.
Police are releasing the picture of a shooting suspect. 45-year-old Abundia Herrera is accused of shooting 35-year-old Reyes Acevedo on Halloween by the First Lutheran Church in Idaho Falls. Herrera is described as being 5'2", 132 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Police are asking anyone with information to call them. at 529-1200 or call Crime Stoppers at 522-1983. Christmas is now a little over 1 month away, and already area stores are preparing for a surge of shoplifters. But as News 3's Eric Colley reports, their efforts may not be effective enough.
'Tis the season to be holly, jolly, and cautious. This year, more than ever, area merchants are prepared for the annual shoplifting season, and preparations need to be thorough. Payless manager Doug Powell says shoplifting knows no economic bounds.
We unfortunately have stopped affluent people, and most of the time they have got enough money on them to pay for the goods that they took.
And Idaho Falls police, like Detective Earl Harriman, say shoplifters are also getting bolder.
Somebody goes through the store, they'll pick up an item, they'll take it directly to the refund counter and obtain a refund without a receipt.
Area store managers say they'll pay particular attention this holiday season to the disappearance of any big-ticket items, from high-tech toys to computers. But police say stores may not be able to avert such losses.
It takes a cashier or a sales clerk watching them constantly in order to pick something up, and there just isn't enough time or, clerical staff to aid in the apprehension of the problem.
Despite the odds, stores say they'll be ready for anyone looking suspicious and in the process stop money from walking out the door. In Idaho Falls, Eric Colley, News 3 at 6.
Results from last week's elections in Bannock County are now official tonight. The votes were canvassed today by the county commissioners and administrators from the clerk's office. The final tally shows there were over 21,000 ballots cast, which represents a 55% voter turnout. Under Idaho law, the results must be certified by Friday, November 16th, and the candidates will then have 20 days in which they can file for a recount.
And when we return, is that a chill in the air? Steve will have the bad or good news.
And a community recycling program gets off the ground.
What do you do if you suspect a teenager is considering suicide? I'll be back in a moment.
Mental Health Minute is brought to you as a public service of Aspen Crest Hospital, Pocatello.
The cardinal rule for suicide prevention is this: take all threats seriously. Then do something. Get help. Few people commit suicide without sending messages of their intent. Do whatever it takes to get help for the person, even if it means breaking a confidence and risking a friendship. Encourage the person to talk about their feelings and really listen to what they are saying. If you're a friend of the young person, tell his or her parents of your concern. If you are the parents, don't be afraid to ask for professional help. For Mental Health Minute, I'm Kim Gilbert.
For more information on today's topic or to arrange a free confidential consultation, call your mental health professionals at Aspen Crest Hospital, Pocatello.
First Security Bank, we don't tap dance around your questions. Thanks to over 70,000 hours of training every year, we waltz you through. First Security Bank, where giving 110% means straight answers.
Remember, November 17th, Boy Scouts will pick up your bag donations. Do your share to help feed the hungry of Eastern Idaho.
Help the Scouts, help the hungry.
Business is right on track for the Union Pacific Railroad. Officials report the Persian Gulf crisis has prompted an increase in train shipments. They say the rising cost of oil has more shippers hauling by rail rather than by truck. However, the company has also suffered from increased expenses. They've had to pass along a 4% across-the-board price hike to customers. Union Pacific burns 1.5 million gallons of gasoline and diesel every day, making it the country's third largest fuel consumer.
And in tonight's business briefs, the Better Business Bureau is issuing a free consumer guide. Contact your local BBB office if you'd like a copy. Since it started 8 years ago, Project Share has given $1.6 million to needy families. That's the Idaho Power program that asks customers to donate. A ribbon cutting today in Idaho Falls at Howard's True Value Hardware, located on West Broadway. Nationally, retail sales grew 0.1% last month, not because more goods were sold, but because gas prices increased. And on Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average ended the day higher, gaining about 24 points to close at 2,559.65. The city of Pocatello has long been trying to get a city-sponsored recycling program started. Most recently, the program ran into a funding conflict with another project. However, city officials kicked off another recycling program today, a program that relies on citizen awareness and volunteer help.
We're slowly choking our world with truckloads of garbage every day, and a lot of this is recyclable. Pocatello is currently working on a special program to make recycling easy for residents. It involves curbside recycling, picking up recyclable items from area doorsteps to be processed. However, that program has run into problems. Problems like here at the Pocatello Creek landfill east of town. 20 years ago, when city officials closed this place, they had no idea it'd be creating problems today. There's now evidence that this landfill is contaminating groundwater. That means the curbside recycling program is on hold. The money is being used to clean this place up. Today, the city of Pocatello is unveiling a volunteer recycling program to help out the sidetracked curbside program. In today's Idaho State Journal, the city is distributing a newsletter that explains how residents can get involved. Ron Timpson hopes it generates a lot of recycling excitement as well as revenue.
And what we're asking for is that they donate these items to the city's recycling account at any one of the recycling businesses in town, and then the proceeds in turn will be used to help get the pilot project going at a much earlier time than anticipated right now.
It's surprising how many household goods are recyclable.
Are tin cans, and with a tin can you need to take the label off and rinse them out and cut both ends off and flatten them like this to bring them in.
There's also newspapers and aluminum, various glass products, and even plastic containers. If the plastic container has a 1 with a triangle around it, or a 2, it's recyclable. Just make sure it's clean. Organizers hope local residents will pitch in, because they say with current problems at area landfills, it might not be such a bad idea to make a dent in the trash we throw away. In Pocatello, Scott Takeda, News 3 at 6.
Now, officials say residents don't have to donate money to the city. The most important thing is that they recycle. And Steve Cannon is with us now. And Steve, we are having a little bit of a reprieve here.
Yeah, we got one more day of, we squeezed out one more day of nice weather, if you will. The storm's still out there. It's just been, took the day off.
We were sure glad to see that nice day. So we got rough weather on the way.
No, not that even. It's kind of blown out, too. Not only is it slow.
Fizzled?
Yeah, that's a good word.
Okay. We'll hear all about it when we come back.
Completely renovated with the very best heating and cooling system.
Must be a Lennox. So we put in this new furnace, and our bills are really
down.
Exactly.
Must be a Lennox.
Get 0% financing for 12 months on selected Lennox heating and cooling purchases.
Housley Pump serves the upper Snake River Valley 24 hours a day. Give my friends Thane and Rich a call.
Attaboy, Dave.
It's chilly out. Bob, did you change the gas heat last fall like I told you to?
We sure did, Jerry.
All right. How'd you like it?
Great. Our heating bills were cut in half.
And we were warm and comfortable for a change. That's what I like the best.
If you have electric heat, change to gas. And if you have a heat pump, use it for air conditioning only. It'll last a lot longer.
Kramer, can you pass this?
I was a guard, not a quarterback.
Now, the Diamond Sweets Collection, a sampling of delectable diamonds. So tempting, so luscious, concocted to satisfy a woman's craving for elegance. Heavenly, exciting. Nurture the consuming passion, diamonds. Look for many other extraordinary designs in the Diamond Sweets Collection.
See the delectable Diamond Sweets Collection at Farr's Jewelry.
Here in the West, who's #1 in trucks? Your Ford dealers. But the best never rest. So we've created special 4x4 Mountain States editions of America's #1 trucks. F-Series and Rangers. Mountains of equipment. Air, AM/FM cassette, special interior package. This Mountain States window arch and badge. Mountains of savings. Save over $2,800 on F-Series. Save $2,400 on this Ranger Super Cab. Mountain States Ford 4x4s. A peak selection at your local hometown Ford dealer now.
Tonight's weather with Steve Cannon is brought to you by Farr's Jewelry, where you'll find Zenith quality products for less.
It is clouding up now, indicative of hopefully things to come. Currently at Channel 3 in Idaho Falls with a cloudy sky, still warm at 50 degrees, 30% relative humidity, southwest winds at 15, and a rising barometer at 29.92. Pocatello with cloudy skies reports 51 degrees currently, 42% relative humidity, southwest winds at 13, 29.95 the rising barometric pressure. And speaking of temperature probability, now that we're basically halfway through November, we're looking toward mid-December. And the forecast is calling for below normal precipitation for most of the central Rockies and the Great Basin region all the way to the Pacific coast. Above normal precipitation, or above normal temperatures rather, forecast for the Ohio Valley and the southeast. Near normal elsewhere around the nation. Precipitation probabilities on into the middle of next month. Above normal precipitation for the Great Basin, the desert southwest, portions of the central Rockies, and the Mississippi Valley. Below normal precipitation for the northern plains, and near normal rain and or snow shower activity for most of the rest of the nation. So cooler and wet is the forecast, at least on into December. Now, how about currently and how things are doing now? Well, the front that's going to bring the showers, should any come at all, is still a little bit to the west of our area. It will be continuing to cross the state as the night goes along. Behind it, there continues to be cloudy skies and scattered showers, although the worst of the rain has now let up in this flood-soaked region of western Washington. Still warm temperatures ahead of the frontal boundary. Readings in the 50s and 60s again recorded today. Some cloudy skies ahead of, but mostly fair weather immediately ahead of the frontal system. What echoes there are again confined mainly to the Pacific coast and some snow shower activity down here in the central Sierras. This is the satellite picture from 2 o'clock this afternoon. A whole bunch of decrease as far as intensity in that storm. We've still got a long moisture fetch out here in the Pacific, and it's getting a little closer to home, but the big word is the cooler air behind it, and then another system that, you know, hopefully, if you're an irrigator or a skier, is going to sweep into the area as the next week goes along. This is the current satellite depiction. Most of the state, except for our extreme southeastern corner, is cloud covered at this hour, but as you saw on the radar depiction, there's not a whole lot of shower activity perceivable at this point. This is the trough of low pressure in the upper atmosphere. It's bottomed out quite a bit from last night. There's supposed to be a weak ridge of high pressure building into the area once this nonsense blows through, but as you'll notice on the forecast upper air chart for this time on Saturday, that high pressure is going to be short-lived at best. We expect a new trough of low pressure to move inland, and hence some unsettled weather, again, lingering on through the weekend. As far as Gem State weather and regional weather was concerned today, some fairly hefty rain fell in the last 24 hours. Mullen picked up nearly 3/4 of an inch of precipitation this afternoon and early this morning. As I say, skies are pretty well cloudy across the region. There was some high clouds and some sunshine earlier in eastern Idaho today, and that made temperatures fairly mild. 60s common, 59 at Ashton, an exception, as was Chalice at 54 and Driggs at 57. But 66 in Blackfoot this afternoon, 64 in Grace, 62 in Idaho Falls and Lava Hot Springs, 55 in Mackay, a warm 66 in Malad, 60 in Palisades, 66 in Pocatello. In fact, Rexburg set a new record high today at 61 degrees, 55 in both Rupert and Salmon, St. Anthony with 55 and 46 in West Yellowstone. But we do expect some cloudy skies and a bit cooler weather upcoming. We'll give you the forecast after this from Farr's Jewelry.
I'm Boyd Wecker, and I'm offering this American-made Zenith Systems 3 25-inch monitor for just $429. No, I'm Boyd Wecker, and I'm offering even a better deal. This 27-inch Zenith with hi-fi stereo sound and all Zenith Deluxe features is just $549. No, I'm the real Boyd Wecker. These other guys are showing 2 examples of the tremendous deals being offered now during Farr's Jewelry's 91 Zenith introductory sale. Every VCR, every camcorder, every color television is specially sale priced now, and only at Farr's Jewelry.
Well, the area forecast is calling for cloudy skies for the remainder of this evening and through most of the day tomorrow. Now, there's about a 20 to 30% chance of showers tonight through tomorrow. Skies will clear tomorrow night, becoming fair to partly cloudy on Friday. There will be some patchy areas of night and morning fog on Friday. Temperatures, though, will be falling into the upper 40s to low 50s. Overnight lows tonight relatively mild. from 25 to 35 degrees, and then as the clearing takes place tomorrow night in the upper teens to mid-20s. Overnight lows this evening from freezing and above at Idaho Falls, Blackfoot, and Pocatello. Freezing and just below at both Rexburg and Jackson. High temperatures tomorrow about 10 degrees shy of those of today. 50 in Pocatello, 47 and 48 at Idaho Falls and Blackfoot, 38 in West Yellowstone. The forecast high temperature tomorrow after a low in the teens, up to 49 in Salmon and 52 at Malad.
Well, we'll take it while we can.
Yep, we will, and we could sure use some snow, about, that much.
That much.
Yep.
All right, Steve, thanks. Bryce is in with the Athlete of the Week.
At this very moment, our student athlete of the week is in the Holt Arena getting ready to play for a state football championship.
So this is a real big day for him. We'll be back with sports right after this.
At the back room, you'll find tomorrow's heirlooms today with yesterday's prices. But did you know the back room has complete design services? Carpet, window treatment, wall covering, and accessories for your home, for your office, for all your decorating needs. People from all over the country are coming to the back room, 1256 West Highway 39 at Rockford, just outside of Blackford.
And now, Book Review Weekly.
Hi! Read some classics. My reviews. Moby Dick, slow. War and Peace, long. Lord of the Flies, weird. And finally, the Bon Marché coupon sale, couldn't put it down. Sensational. And now in paperback. Plus, a great feature you don't find in most books. Tear out pages. Oh, and the ending, 30% off. Don't want to spoil it for you.
It all starts tomorrow. East Idaho Chevy dealers test drive the 91s in Pocatello.
The Chevy Astro van from 91 now comes with a standard 4.3-liter V6 and is packed with improvements.
In St. Anthony.
Properly equipped Chevy's Astro vans have towing power Ford Aerostars can match, up to 6,000 pounds.
In Rigby.
Both the regular Astro van and the new 91 extended body provide optional all-wheel drive for extra traction.
See your East Idaho Chevy dealer.
Dear Toro, your new CCR Powerlight snow thrower reveals a total disregard for the small businessman. A snow thrower that weighs 36 pounds, yet handles a foot of snow? What happened to fair trade? Free enterprise. Be assured, if you continue to sell the new CCR Powerlight snow thrower, you leave me no choice. You will be hearing from my mom.
Brad Lambson of Mackay High is our student athlete of the week. In about an hour, Lambson will be on the floor of the Holt Arena as he and his teammates battle Hagerman for the state A4 football crown. Lambson is the Miners quarterback. This season, he's completed 64 of 114 passes for 850 yards and 14 touchdowns, and he's thrown only 2 interceptions. He's also rushed for 457 yards on 84 carries, scoring 7 touchdowns on the ground. And on top of that, he plays linebacker and leads the team in tackles. Brad is student body president at Mackay High, where he carries a 3.3 grade point average. Brad Lambson, a 3-year starter at Mackay High in football, our student athlete of the week, and he'll receive a trophy from Jim's Trophy Room in Idaho Falls. These two teams met earlier this year, and Hagerman won the ball game 14-6. Hagerman is the defending state champion in this classification. They kick off at 7:30. We'll have highlights tonight at 10. Tomorrow night, Idaho Falls will be in the Holt Arena. The Tigers will take on Burley in the A1 Division II championship football game. This is Burley's first trip to the final in this division. Idaho Falls has been here before. In fact, the Tigers won the state title in '87 and '88. That tradition could be valuable tomorrow night.
None of these kids are in that game, but I think the fact that there's a lot of pride in this school, I think that has a lot of merit because the kids know that we've been there and they've looked forward to it, and I think just the attitude has to have a big factor in the game.
Burley and Idaho Falls have been ranked #1 most of the year. The honor belongs to the Bobcats right now, and they deserve it. They've lost only once this season.
I think the Robinson kid that throws the ball well is as good as we've seen in the state. I think his receivers evidently are catching the ball well. The people that we've talked to say that they have great skilled people, and you have that combination. I can see why they've won 9 ball games.
IF and Burley kick off at 6. Pocatello and Centennial follow, both of those tomorrow night in the Holt Arena. The early signing period for basketball letters of intent began today. This gives high school stars a chance to sign now and rid themselves of the recruiting pressure felt during the senior season. ISU had verbal commitments from 4 athletes. One of those was Jim Potter of Bishop Kelly High. The 6'8" All-Stater signed his letter today and already knows where he's expected to play for the Bengals.
I'm going to be playing a forward, which is a power forward, number 4. He says the starting position, or a lot of playing time is out there for me next year. If I work hard and I'm dedicated to his type of game he's going to play, so I'll be able to make a definite contribution next year.
Some of the magazines would say he's the best player in the state, and we've seen a lot of players in the state that are seniors this year, and we believe for a number of reasons that he is the #1 player here in the state this year.
Verbal commitments were given to ISU by Chris Baker out of Minnesota, Chris Daniels out of Michigan, and Derek Looney of Washington. Their letters of intent should arrive in the mail this week. Tonight in basketball, Idaho State hosts Brant Hagen of Germany, 7:35 in Reed Gym. Simon Fraser is at Idaho. The NIT preseason tournament underway with East Tennessee State at BYU and Austin Peay at #3 Arizona. Several other games besides that. The wrestling season is still a few weeks away, but you can tune up this Saturday at a clinic. It will be held at Idaho Falls High. World-class wrestler Tim Vanny and world-class coach Bruce Burnett will conduct the clinic. The fee is $15 per person. It's open to all interested parties. Registration is from 9 to 9:30, and then the clinic goes until 4 in the afternoon. And the Cy Young Award in the National League goes to Doug Drabek. That's no surprise. In fact, Drabek was only 1 vote short of being a unanimous choice. Ramon Martinez of the Dodgers got the other first-place vote. Frank Viola of the Mets was 3rd. Drabek won a league-high 22 games while losing just 6 this year. He led the Pirates to the National League East title, posting a 2.79 earned run average while striking out 131 batters.
Yeah, that's sports.
Okay, thanks, Bryce. And coming up tonight at 10 on News 3 Nightside, church leaders and other community leaders are working out plans for developing a homeless shelter in Idaho Falls. We'll have the latest on a plane crash in Zurich, Switzerland. The plane went down during bad weather. And federal savings and loan regulators have filed claims against the investment giant Drexel Burnham Lambert. And Steve, what are we looking at for the next few days?
Well, the big storm that we had hoped was coming. If you're a skier and a water user, you're looking for a big storm. The clouds are coming, but the precipitation is going somewhere else, I'm afraid. We'd look to have a cloudy sky tonight and continued mostly cloudy through tomorrow. A few scattered showers are possible. Then things will clear up on Saturday or Thursday night. It's becoming fair to partly cloudy Friday and Saturday. By Saturday night and Sunday, things will cloud up again a little bit with some showers by afternoon. And Monday looks to be cloudy again with a chance of more rain or snow.
All right, Steve. And finally, through rain, sleet, snow, and the passage of 45 years, a letter always gets delivered. DeLoss Smith learned that this week when he received a letter from his mother mailed in 1945 when Smith was a sailor in the South Pacific. Apparently, the letter got lodged behind some U.S. Post Office cabinets in New Hampshire. Smith took a step back in time reading the letter. His mother, among other things, wrote, "Write soon, love and kisses, Mom." And I guess better late than never.
That's right. It's probably pretty nice to find that even now. That's all.
Valuable legal rights just to have the case over with. Others are more aggressive in pursuing their case. Regardless of your personal feelings, if you're going through a divorce and you have minor children, reassure the children that regardless of what happens, someone will take care of them and that both parents still love them.
For the best in local news coverage that affects all of us, keep watching the News Leader.
Perfect Strangers, weekdays at 4:30 on TV3. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Hi, I've only got a second. Connor and Lucinda are introducing Daryl to the staff.
And you called to gloat about landing DeWitt.
No, Holden's testifying at Caleb's trial, and they've closed the courtroom for it. Now, I got to get out of here and catch up with Lucinda, or she'll have my hide, which, as you know, I'm trying to keep in good shape for you. Love you.
Love you, too. Bye. Angel, that was Kirk. They've closed the courtroom. Jessica has Holden on the stand. I'm sorry.
Oh, dear God. Then it's all coming out.
When Angel and I were first married, she wanted to be with me constantly.
The last Butterfinger!
Simpson going deep.
Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
And try new Butterfinger ice cream nuggets.
I'll be your best friend. You already are.
Why drink chocolate milk? Hey, come on. A, you need it. It tastes great. You need a snack. B, it's a great snack. It's the spot. A great snack. C, it's smooth. Chocolate milk is rich and smooth. D, your friends like it a lot. E, it's chocolate. F, you love the taste. G, do you really need a reason? Chocolate milk. What a tasty idea.
This is unbelievable!
In the August WCW magazine, can anyone stop Big Van Vader? Plus an insider's guide to the NWA Tag Team Tournament. And hit the bullseye with a giant color poster of Paul E.
Whoa, this stuff's hot!
Get your copy now on newsstands everywhere or save 30% off the cover price by subscribing today. Call 1-800-GET-WCW1.
This summer, one movie is made for action. Universal Soldier. Rated R. Starts Friday, July 10th at a theater near you.
General Nutrition can help you break the mold of an average body. With the amazing Cybergenic system. In one incredible kit, supplements, manuals, even a videotape. Cybergenics at GNC, the authority in sports nutrition product.
What's so daring about new Prism car polish? It's not how you put it on, but how you take it off.
Introducing new Prism car polish. It's the first and only spray-away approach to car polishing. Just wipe it on and spray it off. And in half the time, you get a durable shine. No huffing, no puffing, no buffing. New Prism, the only spray-away car polish.
It's a voyage of technological artistry, created through scientific thought, designed on a space-aged canvas, producing a manufacturing phenomenon. It's the Soloflex muscle machine. Call now and take your body on an incredible voyage to renewed beauty. Soloflex, 21st century design for today's needs.
From the first pitch to the final out. Baseball 92, Saturday mornings on CNN.